everybody, it's Dr. Joe, and today I'm going to show you how to relieve back pain when you're sitting or standing at your desk. So let's get started. Disclaimer alert, disclaimer alert. To help relieve back pain when you're working at your desk, the best thing is to make sure you're in a good, proper position when you're sitting or when you're standing. When you're sitting, you want to make sure that your hips and your knees are at about a 90-degree angle. That'll get you in a nice, comfortable position. You want your feet to be flat as well. So if the chair is a little too high and your feet can't get flat, put a little box or something underneath so it gets you in that nice position. Because if your feet are dangling down, you're going to get a lot of pressure underneath your legs, and that's what sometimes causes the legs to fall asleep and feel very uncomfortable, that tingly pins and needles kind of pain. You also want your back to be in a nice, comfortable position, a little bit of a curve in that lumbar area. So if you need to put a cushion back in your chair, you can, or just make sure you're sitting up nice and tall and that you're not slouching down while you're doing it. Also, it's very important to have good comfortable positions with your arms. So you want your shoulders to be relaxed and you want your elbows to be at about a 90-degree angle. So another great way to help relieve back pain is to have a sit to stand desk. And the folks at FlexiSpot sent us their sit to stand desk, which is really nice. You can see here, it's got a little area for your mouse and for your keyboard, and it's got this little nice spot here where there's some holes so you can put the cords underneath so you don't have cords all over the place. So this sitting right here now is a great position if I have my keyboard here, because then I'm in that nice comfortable position. If I'm using my laptop, I'd probably want it to go a little bit lower or bring my chair up a little bit higher to be in that nice comfortable position. But the best thing about this is after you sit for a while and you say, okay, I've been sitting a little bit, I need to stand up, you just stand up and then push the handles here and it just comes up on its own. So you don't even have to pull hard, it just has some hydraulics on it where it comes up on its own. And what I really love about this sit to stand desk is you can do different heights. So if you're tall, it goes up really high, and if you're short, you can bring it down a little bit. So it doesn't really matter what the desk that it's on the height, because you can adjust it so easily. So same thing with the standing. You want your elbows to be in that nice almost 90 degrees. It can be a little bit less than that, but you want your shoulders to be comfortable. You don't want them hunched up. You don't want to have to be reaching down for something, so you can just sit right here. I'd probably go just a little bit lower with my laptop so it's sitting nice and comfortably here. But you can see how easy it is to move up and down. And if you still have your keyboard here, again, you can bring it up higher, so then you have your monitor right at eye length, so you're not having to move your head down like this or look up towards it, so you can make it a nice neutral position. So I really like that as well. The other way to help relieve back pain when you're working at your computer is to take breaks. About every 30 minutes, you should probably stop for 2 to 3 minutes and just do some simple stretches or moving in place to get the blood flowing, to make sure that you're not getting pressure spots on your bottom or your legs, which causes that numbness and tingling all the way down into your feet. So you can do some pretty simple things. It doesn't have to be too crazy. If you're typing a lot with your wrist, you might want to stretch those out a little bit so you don't get that carpal tunnel syndrome. So something as simple as just putting your hands out into a stop sign position like this, and then bending them and coming down this way. You don't necessarily have to hold the stretch. Just do a little pause, 2 to 3 seconds, stop sign hands, fingers open, coming down, curling in, making a fist, and you'll feel the stretch on the top when you go this way and on the bottom when you go this way. Who is that? And then so just doing that about 5 times or so. If you want more of a stretch, you can take your other hand and then pull in that way and then hold the stretch for a little bit longer, 15, 20, 30 seconds, and then come back up this way as well. So again, holding that one a little bit longer to get more stretch in there. So if your wrists are bothering you a little bit, that's a good way to start there. Some other great exercises for your legs, just to keep that blood flowing and moving so you don't get that numbness and tingling in your legs, is, and you can still be working while you do it, is just marching in place. So again, it doesn't have to be anything specific. You're just getting that blood flowing. So just a little march in place. You can start off with 10 to 15 seconds. You can work your way up to a minute. But again, just getting that blood flowing in there. Also with your calves, if you're sitting all day, you want to keep that blood flowing in there to help prevent DVTs if you have any issues with blood circulation. So again, just going up on your toes, nice and slow down, and then pull your toes up. So again, you could be doing this while you're working on your computer. You don't necessarily have to stop your work. You can be doing this the whole time with this standing portion of the desk. So just starting off with about 10 of those and then working your way from there. Also, a lot of times when we sit for a long time, those hip flexor muscles get really tight because they're in that relaxed position for a really long time. So when we sit, those get really, really tight. So just standing in place, you can put one foot back, keep that leg straight, bend the front one forward, but keep your upper body nice and straight. So you can see here where I'm stretching that area a little bit. It will also stretch your calf a little bit too, so it's kind of a double stretch. And just hold that stretch for about 20 to 30 seconds. Switch sides, go forward. But the important part to really get that hip flexor is to keep your upper body straight when you go forward. So not leaning like this, that will just get the calf, but going forward like this, and that will get the calf and the hip flexor. So, 30-second stretch, 2 or 3 on each side, just to get you moving. So again, it doesn't have to be a formal stretch workout. It's just to keep you moving while you're standing up. But this, having a sit to stand desk is really great because then you can go back and forth throughout the day. Because, if you are standing all day long, you might get really fatigued, especially if you haven't done it all day. If you're interested in checking these out, they have a whole bunch of different kinds of products. They have different colors, as you can see here, and they're different sizes as well. So some are a little bit bigger, some are a little bit smaller, but they all do the lifting and going down really easily with those hydraulics to make it a nice smooth going up and down. And they have several other products as well to keep you moving throughout the day while you're working at your desk. So if you're interested in purchasing the product, you can click on this button up here, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel by clicking here. And remember, be safe, have fun, and I hope you feel better soon.